Okay, it's January 14th, and it's been a month since my last video, and this is just like an update of projects and what I've been doing the last couple of weeks. I've been selling a lot of stuff on Craigslist, got rid of a lot of things, cleaned up the backyard some, starting fresh. This is what I got going on so far. See, I still got my Toyota Tercel here. My yard wagon, which had a tire blowout a couple of weeks ago. And the biggest change of all, there's no Lincoln Town Car anymore, and you see two four-wheelers instead. This is one of those 110cc China Honda clone motor four-wheelers. I got it off Craigslist a little over a week ago. My friend Chris, BattleBot16, as some of y'all may know him, he taught me how to work on them, and this one was in Denton for $100, and I picked it up and did a little carb cleaning and put a fresh battery in it and fired right up. And that one's a parts frame that he gave me. He bought it pretty much as the way you see it, but it had new tires on it, and he kept the tires for his monster truck. So he took his old monster truck tires and put it on here. This I mainly got for the rear axle and some of the steering components, and maybe I can use some of the tubing for some other projects. Not sure yet. I'll show you how this thing starts right up usually almost every time. Take the key on. Right up. Look at that. $100. Got it on Craigslist right now for $225. This is kind of a sucky one though, because unlike my Pantera, this don't have gears or reverse or anything. It's just forward only. But I bought it to make a profit off of it. I mean, I took it out trail riding. If you saw any of his mudding videos or whatever on his channel, yeah, I took it out there just last weekend, and it does pretty good. I'll give it that. So as I was saying, I've been selling stuff on Craigslist and cleaning up the backyard. I still got all this mess here, but I've condensed it and organized and sorted it, so it's not as bad. But it's a slow process. Now you notice there's hardly any tractors left. I sold the red Murray that I have a video of on my channel, the $10 one. Sold it for $60. I sold the gray Sears Craftsman for $40 with a seat I got out of the wrecking, or not really wrecking yard, but the scrap yard where I go to scrap my metal. There was another Craftsman that had a brand new seat on it. Had not a lick of damage or anything, but unfortunately someone scrapped the tractor and I didn't get to it in time. It was all smashed up by the dozer, so the seat and the gas tank was and that was about really all I was savable. So I got the seat for $10 and the gas tank, and I sold the seat to that guy for $30 with the tractor. The MTD Silver Edition, I moved it back here, Brandon's tractor. Made room in the front driveway so I can work on the go-kart. That's another thing I'm getting to. The Dayton, my awesome Dayton. I love. That's awesome. That's a beast of a tractor, really. It was the Pantera four-wheeler. I got a headlight on it now, and I got the tail light to work as well. And I also took this trail riding. Does very nicely, but it's a really bumpy ride. It's got a stiff suspension. Now this is the LT10. You've seen a video of, and maybe a couple of times you've seen a glimpse in another video. It's the one I paid $3 for. Had the Tecumseh engine on it. It was blown. Took the engine off, and I took the deck off, it was just toast. The deck was just absolutely toast, and I scrapped those. This is going to become a racing tractor. Well, anyway, that's my hope to do with it. I want to use that parts frame, four-wheeler rear end, and some of the steering components, and I want to put a China 110cc clone engine in it, or bigger even maybe. I'm going to make a racing tractor. The big black MTD, Mighty Monty, Montgomery Ward's, my wheelie machine as I used to call it. She still was running just a couple of months ago. I haven't really messed with her much. Still got a couple of these stupid power wheels that I was going to make something out of. They're just still there. My nephew's old computer, we smashed it up. Anywho, let's see. Rusticide, still sitting there, as always, with no engine or anything, with no hopes to be finished. And it's mainly because I've lost interest in it. People bug me so much about this, I'm actually grown sick of it. So if you want to see this finished, quit bothering me. Maybe I will get around to finishing it. Maybe. A couple other little push mowers and still laying around. The engine that's supposed to go in Rusticide just still sitting there. And the Dixie Fox over here. I got her going finally. Got the pulley on it and the belt and everything. In fact, these little black scrub marks are from the rear tire. I had it in reverse, and every time I gassed it, it would just peel the tires. It does kick back, and it does vibrate, so putting the 5-inch pulley didn't really help. But I don't care. It still runs, and it still scoots around a little bit, so I've got some friends looking for the 5-horse engine that should have been on it, the Polestar 5-horse with the big metal rectangular gas tank that actually has the synchronized balancer inside it. It's what this would have had on it originally. I've got some people looking for one for me for it. Almost no edgers now, just 2 edgers left. I still got to assess this pile of parts and everything. It's just, I just kind of work on one spot and then I move to another and then I move to another. So I still got to assess all this, sort it and assess it. It's a mess. I realize that. Then Chris's old Nerve bike, still ride it every so often. He gave me that. I had to weld it back together. Oh yeah, I've never showed any of y'all this, but this is the old pedal car I used to ride around as a kid. It's actually my sister's. It's an AMF fire department, fire chief car or something like that. It was painted blue for me when I was like 6 or 7, because that was my favorite color when I was that old. But yeah, it's in bad need of restoration. Bad need of restoration. Let's see. Got these tractor hoods. I'm trying to sell them still. This is the old Walmart shopping cart. This is going to become a trailer for the Dixie Fox. Hang on, it's stuck now. This axle is from a bicycle trailer, and so are these wheels. And you see, it's perfectly wide enough. Of course, it's not going to be mounted on top, obviously, but you see it's perfectly wide enough. It'll be down on the bottom. This is going to be on the bottom as well, and that bar is going to be welded to this. That axle is going to be welded across, and that right there is going to be welded here, and it's going to stick out at the bottom underneath and be a spot to where I can put the well, hook it up to the Dixie. And I got this boat seat that Chris found at the dumping ground mud hole. It fits down in there too. It's pretty cool. So that's that. And really, yeah, that's about it. I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff, guys. Honestly, I really have. I'm still trying to get rid of some more of this stuff. Starting fresh, starting new, basically. I'm not really going to work on these lawn tractors much anymore for anyone or try to make a profit. It's not profitable to me, not here anymore. I'm kind of now into these four-wheelers. I'm kind of digging these four-wheelers. Pretty sweet. They're fairly easy to come by, fairly easy to get going, and they're more fun than a tractor, to be honest. This is my Pantera. See if I can get her to fire up. I love the shift indicator lights and everything, and the reverse lockout. It's pretty sweet. And I got this headlight on there now. Sweet. Off-road, nighttime off-roading. And the really cool thing is I got this cover, right? The guy that I bought that little yellow and gray four-wheeler, he runs this like marine and outdoor upholstery place there in Denton, and he actually made this really awesome like army green canvas cover. It's a fitted cover. It was made to fit that other four-wheeler, but they're almost the same size, so it fits on there very snug, and it looks very awesome. Oh yeah, and y'all never actually heard this Dayton fire up, have y'all? I just had it running a little while ago, and see if it'll start back up. It runs kind of shitty, but good enough. It smokes, very gaseous. It's not smoking right now, but it normally smokes. Very, very noisy. But I like it. It's awesome. It's an awesome tractor. Very awesome tractor. Made this Murray seat fit it. Oh, it just fell off, but I got my tow chain. Sweet. I love the Dayton. Also, even though I don't really care a whole lot for these lawn tractors much anymore, I do still like them, and I do intend to keep some and play around on them. But I'm not really in the market for acquiring any more, except for this one I'm going to tell you about. It's right here in my hometown, and it's one I've been wanting ever since I was a little kid. In fact, it's the same one I used to see as a little kid when my mom would take me to school. It's a early 80s Ford LT11, and it's right here in town. He wants $200 for it. It's been garage or shed kept, should I say. It's in almost entire life, and the guy that has it now, he bought it off the original owner after they passed away. So it's like a dream come true for me to find that particular tractor, and it's a Ford tractor, which is one I've always wanted. So I'm gonna have me a Ford soon. Awesome. And that's probably gonna be one of the last few tractors I'm ever gonna get, unless I get something like, say, a 60s Cub Cadet or a Sears Suburban SS16 or something of that nature. You know, collectible, cool old tractors. I'm not really much into these new model stuff anymore. The 80s and 90s stuff kind of sucks anyway. I want some cooler stuff. But anywho, that's what's been going on. I'll keep y'all updated and keep you posted on things as they come around, but this is not really, I'm not really saying this is the end of it, but it's not going to be much else there left. I still have plans to make these videos on toys, so we'll see how that goes. Anywho, thanks for watching. I do appreciate y'all watching these videos and subscribing and everything. Just hang in there. I don't make videos very often anymore. In fact, if I make a video once a month, you should be grateful for that, I guess. So anyway, that's all for now. See y'all later.